Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing, Wednesday, July 31st. On the impact map today, smoke, which has been a major impact producer for aviation, has finally shifted south of the Idaho mountains and will continue shifting southwards out of most of Idaho and into the northern Nevada and Utah area today, then pivoting back westwards and eventually windshield wiping back up into western Idaho. On Friday, there will be some record heat building in from the Pacific Northwest into parts of Idaho, but another factor, thunderstorms on the drier side pushing up from the south later on Friday. Our satellite imagery shows the smoke dropping on down southwards. You see the clear skies finally across the central Idaho mountains. This trend is expected to continue today, smoke pushing on southwards, at least the thickest smoke being over parts of northern and central Utah and Nevada today, and then starts pushing back into western Idaho tomorrow. There was a band of showers and some lightning across parts of central and eastern Idaho yesterday. Initial attack overall fairly light. We did have a lot of large fire growth, however. And past 7 days of precipitation, there have been mixes of some heavier showers with some of that lightning. You see the green areas are where we've had half an inch of rain, but a lot of other areas in the light blue or white have had little or nothing. There has been a general moistening the last 2 weeks along the Nevada-Utah border. That is now starting to change. We had gradual drying occurring up in Idaho. It'll be in a state of flux. The ERC map shows it a little bit better. Still a lot of moist areas on the ERCs, but the upward arrows pointing upward, that's going to be the trend. But already critically dry across most of Utah, a good part of the Sierra Front, and parts of Idaho, especially as you get into eastern Idaho and parts of western Wyoming as well. For finer fuels, the 10-hour fuels are in the 5 or 6% range in this reddish area. That's where they're most critical. Upper level map for today. High pressure building in, a lot of dry air with this tannish shade. Most of our PSA is quite on the dry side. Winds overall fairly light. A bit of a northerly drift where you see these speeds, but they're light. They're 5-10 miles an hour. A little bit stronger coming in into northern Utah. See the relative humidity is bone dry in the southern half and drying out steadily up north. High pressure builds in and continues to build with heat Thursday in most areas, but you notice this area in the black and some of these areas in the green. This is a little chunk of the monsoon breaking off that we're going to have to watch towards the end of the week and the weekend. Again, winds fairly light, humidity quite dry, and then on Friday that moisture kind of expands as a little disturbance gets caught up in the southerly flow with showers and thunderstorms in this area. We think at this point on Friday, it'll be confined to the higher terrain, which will add orographic lift. So the Spring Mountains, also the Sierra, best chance for lightning. It matches up with a good portion of what is going on in California. And you can see the big outflow boundaries from the winds out here across central Nevada. Those will be wind gusts of 50 plus miles an hour. Have to watch this for surrounding fires. See the humidity on the right-hand side. Here's the model precipitation through the end of the day Friday, where we're expecting some lightning occurrences. 3-day precipitation totals through here, fairly light, the deep monsoon well to the south. And on Saturday, this moisture pushes into northern Nevada, into parts of Idaho. We have high risk, western Nevada, into the part of the Payette. We may need to expand this. We'll see. There'll be some more moisture, and part of that comes in Saturday night into Sunday. We might start clearing out later Sunday in the Idaho mountains, but there could be some lightning earlier in the day, also in northeast Nevada. And then high pressure shifts eastwards. We get a drier southwest flow. We may have to watch some of these winds up in the north as we go later in the period next week. 7-day precipitation totals, and the 8 to 14 day shows significant warmer and drier than normal pattern, warmer than normal across most of the Great Basin. We'll see with this wetter than normal pattern. There is some hints that monsoon may finally arrive for much of our area. Some models not so much. We'll continue to fine-tune that forecast. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.